We need to understand that the odds in this world are stacked against you as parents. You need to realize the big picture here. Now, there was a study commissioned by the Highland Spring Organization, and they found that 1 in 4 parents admit that they're too busy to spend time with their children. 1 in 4 admit they're just too busy to spend any time with their children. The average family gets, on average, 34 minutes a day of undistracted time where they feel that they can actually bond together and catch up without gadgets or routines getting in the way. So moms and dads, on average, you get 34 undistracted minutes with your kids. Let's do the math. And this is not Common Core math, so you'll be able to figure it out with me, okay? All right? There's 8,760 hours in a year. 8,700 hours in a year. When we take into account the hours that we sleep, that leaves us about 5,475 hours. This is speaking to our children and our youth. Okay? So out of 5,475 hours, the school system gets 1,800 of them. When I say the school system, I'm talking all the way from bus transport to being in school to being back home. 1,800 hours, 1,800 hours. And I don't know if you realize this, but basically buses today are considered traveling pornography sites. Because kids have smartphones, and what do you think they do on the bus? Okay? We get 206 hours of undistracted family time. School gets 1,800, we get 200, okay? Then let's not forget about church. And let's just bring it down to Bible time, the amount of Bible time that they would get. So if a child averages going to church at least once a week, they get 52 hours of Bible time. But actually, it's about a third of that if we really want to be honest with you, because kids can only take about 15 to 20 minutes, right? Because of the way they've been programmed in society, that we can only give them so much at a time, okay? And if they come on Wednesday, which is twice a week, but just so you know, the average family is attending church only one Sunday a month. And with shared custody arrangements and previous marriages and things, it just goes way down. But let's just be generous. Let's just be generous with our hours, okay? So school gets 1,800. Family, undistracted time, you get 200. The church, if we're super generous, gets 100 hours. Now, the average teen American spends 9 hours a day in front of a screen of some sort, some kind of device. 9 hours a day. So, that's another 3,200 hours. Are you adding this up for me, Doug? 3,200 hours. Okay, so let's just add this all up. We give the world, or the spirit of lawlessness, 5,000 hours a year to speak into, to train, to teach, and develop our children. And parents in church get 310 hours. And we wonder why 50% of all millennials have left the church that have been raised in church. These aren't just all the millennials. These are the millennials that were raised in church, and now 50% of them are leaving the church. And I wonder why. I wonder why my kid is no longer serving the Lord. We took them to church compared to what? Compared to what other indoctrination and training did they get in their life? How many non-Christians, how many non-believers are pouring into your children and your grandchildren, and then you're wondering why they're not serving Jesus? You wonder why they're not passionate about God. Because the deck is stacked in their favor.